Hi, this is Firestarter, and this is a review of the MAFEX Batman from the Dark Knight Rises movie. Well, MAFEX is an acronym for Miracle Action Figure EX, which is coming from Medicom. If you don't know Medicom, they also do Project BM and real action figures or heroes, just like Kamen Rider. So here is the box. Nothing really spectacular about this. We have the figure here at the bottom. Medicom toy, DC Comics, and we have some details here like so, and then on top, and then at the back, poses and accessories that came with the figure. Now let's open the box and let's take a look on this MAFEX Batman. Medicom is trying to take a piece of the 1/12 scale market with the Miracle Action Figure EX or MAFEX Batman from Dark Knight Rises. As their second release, Batman in a distance seems like a smaller version of the 1/6 Medicom release. Batman's armor may seem to get it right, but upon checking small details, the less promising feature is the exposed face parts on the head sculpt, which can be a hit or miss. The soft fabric cape is made from a soft cloth material, which doesn't really strike that much compared to other similar releases on this scale. Weapons and accessories collectively is simple. Batman is inclusive of the EMP blaster, which I believe is a fantastic piece. So as the small grappling gun reminiscent of the movie item. There are 3 hands in the mix, 2 of which are needed to hold the weapons. These are simply replaced on a small peg system rather than a ball joint. With this, the engineering lessens the hand movement even further. Too bad none of these guns can be stowed away using Batman's utility belt. Last is a figure stand, which reminds me of a mix between a Figma, SH Figure Arts, and a Revoltix stage. And before we go through the details of this figure, let me go through first the articulation points. We have a head and neck articulation, although it could bend all the way back, but surprisingly and disappointingly, you can't move this head towards the front. So it has some limitation right there. And then we have some arm joints, and then we have an upper bicep cut, and then double jointed elbows, and then a swiveling hand, and the figure has a two-jointed system, ball-jointed system here on the chest area. So let me take this one out and show you. There's a ball joint here, and it is connected to another ball joint. And let's plug it back. And then we have a waist articulation. Although we have the system, but it really has no significant poses for this section. So it's quite disappointing. And then we have a leg articulation. It can swing right here, then upper hip swivel, and then double jointed knees, a hinge on the foot, and then we have also a hinge on the toe. So here are my thoughts on this figure. Although we have a nice cape here, it doesn't really showcase that much unless you blew a fan to have that wind effect on the figure. And then we have some squishy rubber like features here on the chest and on the shoulder pads, and it has some difficulty in standing up. So I think it's because of the toe joints here. If you play with this figure a lot, these tend to become loose. And the biggest area that is really weak on the figure is on the shoulders. As you can see here, I'm trying to force the shoulders to move or try to extend this in a 90-degree angle, but as you do this, it easily pops off. It's not loose or anything else. It is just that this is how Medicom intended Batman to be, so I'm quite disappointed on it. And also on the upper torso, so when you try to extend the torso in a certain position, it just pops off. Again, these are not loose joints, but rather weak joints on Batman. And that's all you need to know about this figure. What surprises me for an entry-level figure that Medicom is trying to penetrate, the basic things are not there. For example, this set didn't even include an instruction manual. Second, Batman doesn't even include a batarang when this is a signature weapon. It is a common knowledge even from people with least knowledge about the character. Batman has basic articulation, but I can give better appreciation in DC Universe Classics than this Medicom figure. It is not really that disappointing, but if Medicom wants to get a piece of the market, this representation should have been well thought of. Is Medicom in a position to take the SH figure arts market? In my opinion, not yet. And that is my review of the MAFEX Batman from The Dark Knight Rises. If you want to know the possibilities and details for this figure, check out the photos at the end of the video and subscribe to my blog for the full written review. This is Farstarter. Thank you very much for watching and keep it here for more toy reviews.